In this video, I'm going to discuss about the general relationship between the slopes of two straight lines. Let's assume that I have two straight lines. One is this one, let's call this L1, with a slope of M1, and there is another one, L2, with a slope of M2. What kind of relationships can there be between these two straight lines? First one, these two straight lines could be parallel, so that they could be like this, L1 and L2, M1, M2, and in that case the slopes are going to be equal. M1 is equal to M2. Or they could be perpendicular to each other, which is, let's say this is my L1 and this is my L2. This is L1 and the angle between them is 90 degrees. In that case, slope of this one is M1, slope of this is M2. In that case, product of the slopes M1 times M2 is going to be negative 1, which is to say equivalent statement M1 is equal to negative 1 over M2. That tells me that one of the slopes is negative reciprocal of the other. Okay, if two straight lines are perpendicular to each other, then the slopes must be negative reciprocals of each other. Now, these are general things. Now, also keep in mind some special scenarios. If you are given two straight lines which are parallel to each other, then their slopes must be the same. Okay? So, if I tell you you have two straight lines, M1 is equal to M2 is equal to 5. That means these two straight lines must be parallel to each other. Or if I say M1 is equal to M2 is equal to 0, these two straight lines are parallel to each other. But remember, the slope is 0, meaning that the lines are horizontal. When the slope is 0, the lines are horizontal. So not only that these two straight lines are parallel to each other, they are also horizontal. Now similarly, if I gave you two slopes, M1 is equal to 2/5 and M2 is equal to negative 5/2, if you multiply M1 and M2, you'll see 2/5 times negative 5/2 is equal to, by the way, negative 1, because 2, 2, 5, 5 cancels. Now, if this relationship holds between two straight lines, then the lines must be perpendicular to each other. So, if there is a problem that gives you this and this as slopes of two different straight lines, then what can you conclude about these two straight lines? The lines must be perpendicular. Okay. On the other hand, if you are given this relationship or this one where the slopes are equal to some number, they are the same number, then the lines are parallel. Actually, it's horizontal only if it's 0, but if it is something like this, 5 or any other number other than 0, then the lines are parallel. Okay, I just gave this as a special case. Now, these are the properties that you may want to keep in mind about the slopes of two straight lines. That means, in essence, you are comparing two straight lines and finding out their properties, their status relative to each other, whether they are parallel to each other, perpendicular to each other, and stuff like that. So these properties are important, and you may want to make sure that you are comfortable with these properties. And these are the only two things you need to know. Remember, one is parallel, the other one is perpendicular. If the slopes are equal, the lines must be parallel. Okay, you can go this way. If the lines are parallel, then the slopes must be equal. And if the slopes are negative reciprocals of each other, which is this, or equivalently this, then the lines must be perpendicular. That means you can go from here to here, or if the lines are perpendicular, you can go from here to here. By the way, going from here to here, which is this, is the same as going to here too, because these two are equivalent statements. I hope that this discussion was helpful. Thank you very much.